to the rowing duck. So in this video, I want to go over a little bit about what's happening at your foot when you're rowing and what your positioning should be for that. So I've got another video where I kind of talk about that perfect optimal positioning for where your strap should be and where you're going to try and go. For a basic beginner, a great spot is just to take the little strap part and put it over the widest part of your foot. Know that if you're wearing shoes or different shoes or barefoot, then that spot's going to change. So always put your foot in, adjust these to where you need to be, and try and pull that strap tight around that thickest part, widest part of your foot or shoe. So that's kind of where you're trying to go for the basics for where you want that strap to be. But again, check out another video. Let me know if you want it below. I'll put a link. And essentially, what you want is when you're in this forward position, usually your heels are going to come up. If you have amazing mobility and your ankle doesn't get impinged or pinched down when you're in this forward position, then your heel might actually be down. However, most people have some type of limitation and our heels are going to come up. That's fine. Unless you're trying to work on something very specific and you're trying to keep it down for a reason, then go for it. But in general, your heel is likely going to come up. So when you're in this forward position, your heel is up. There's no way for me to push through my heel right now in order to go back in the stroke. So when we're going in the stroke, we know that this first part is actually mostly just legs, and then we get core, and then we get arms. So what I'm going to do in this beginning part is I'm going to push through the forefoot or almost the middle, but more towards like the ball of my foot. I'm going to push through there until my heel is able to hit the bottom. Then it's basically going to think of like a rocking chair. You're pretty much going to rock from, so if I'm at the beginning, I'm going to rock from the ball of my foot to the middle of my foot to the heel of my foot. And then some people, their toes come up and they really kind of work on letting the strap hold them in there. You don't want to go to that extreme. You should be able to get the control for this by actually rowing strapless without your feet in here. So if I do it without the straps, I'm going to be forefoot, middle of my foot, heels, and my power is going to be just enough where I'm not flinging super up. So if you're getting shin things or things in your feet, you're probably bringing your toes up and really trying to kind of hold your foot in there. It should be controlled enough and the connection between you and the rowing machine should be good enough that you're actually going just to where your foot is actually still down. So if you see, my forefoot or my front of my foot actually didn't come up very much. Most people have enough mobility in their foot for that pointing motion where it won't have to come up because of a mobility issue. There's some people who it might be the case, but usually people are lacking this motion, which is more in this position. So long story short, the spot you kind of want to go for is forefoot or ball of your foot, middle of your foot, and then heels, just like a rocking chair. So I'm like that, or is it vice versa? It might be vice versa. So I'm doing front of my foot, middle of my foot, back. And then when I'm going forward, it's just kind of, it's the exact opposite. Except I'm not putting pressure through for that push. There's other things that you can do for positioning wise. I talk about people who walk duck-footed or with their feet kind of outwards. There's things you can do. I have a video on that too, but the quick part of it is actually loosen your straps a little bit. And then, if I could get my foot in. So loosen your strap a little bit, and then stick your foot out to that comfortable position that you kind of are normally in, and then tighten the strap a little bit. And you're going to use almost that outside part of that strap to kind of keep you in a good solid position. So that's my recommendation if you've got duck foot type of things. Again, I've got a video that goes over that a little bit more in detail. But foot positioning, for that basics, that's what you're going for. If you've got questions, please feel free to reach out, let me know, and I hope that helps.